And welcome and thank you again to Red Naps for hosting us on this special occasion. We are very excited. We're here for a very happy and exciting reason. So I can't wait to get into that. But first, we have a little housekeeping that we'd like to do. Safety is very important to us at Consumers Energy. We conduct what we call a safety tailboard at the start of every event or gathering or meeting, just so in the event of emergency, everyone knows their marching orders. You know where to go, what to do, who to call. So with that, I'd like to have Dan Gretzner assist me as we conduct the safety tailboard. So, just so you know, we have a head count. We talk about the location. We're here at Red Naps at 2 North Washington. Our incident command, even though I see a fire chief out there, I'm going to say Chris Foltz, our vice president of gas operations, is going to stand as incident command, and his cell phone number is there. Exit and assembly, we've decided the place to gather would be in the far right part of the parking lot over that way. We would assemble that way unless told otherwise by public safety here. The shelter, if we need to shelter, we will just enter the restaurant and go into probably the restroom or the closed door room. Emergency responder is Dan Gretzner. He's up there. Our CPR first aid is going to be Carolyn Bloodworth up front. There is a fire extinguisher located right inside that deliveries door on the right side. And then any hazards. So right now we have a lot of hazards here. We have uneven sidewalk. We have some traffic. Got some bumblebees floating around. Some tables. We're going to have some yummy food that we hope you don't choke. So eat slowly, please. And then in the event of an active shooter, we always say run, hide, silence your phone, fight, tell. So that will conclude our safety tailboard. We have a head count of about 50 people here at this time. So make sure we're all accountable for each other. So with that said, we're going to continue on with our program. I would like to also acknowledge some special people here in the audience today. First, we have Jack Curtis, the supervisor of Oxford Township. Jack. Hey there. We have Joe Medore, the village manager for Oxford. I understand we have Ken Weaver, superintendent of Oxford Community Schools. Yes. Pete Schultz, our fire chief here in Oxford. Thank you. And then we have Laura Murphy with Representative Alyssa Slotkin's office. All right, thank you. So now I would like to turn this over to Kelly Westbrook, the DDA director.
When she started talking about that uneven pavement, I said, yeah. And that's why we got the grant. So that was just perfect teeing it up there. So good evening, everybody. My name is Kelly Westbrook. I'm the executive director for the DDA for downtown. So grateful that you guys all could join us today. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces and a lot of my board members, and that's who I need to talk about first. So if you are a DDA board member, you can give a little wave, but I'm going to mention you. I see Ashley Ross back there, Pete, who's hardly waving, but don't worry, you're talking, so we'll get you. What other board members do I have here? Are you waving to me? Dorothy, who's lovely and taking pictures for us. We also have, who can't be with us today, Marie Powers, Rod Charles, and I didn't see Catherine Colvin, but she might be on her way as well. So without this group of people, this would never happen. We wouldn't be standing here. It's truly amazing when you have a team and a board like this group of people, how things get done. And I have now just become friends with these people and can call them for anything, not just business, but that is why Oxford is moving as fast as it is and why things are getting done and why we're being honored with grants and awards like we are today. So I'm so grateful for this board of directors. I call them my dream team, and I know they hate it, but guys, you really are. I have to say thank you to my right hand in the office, Kimberly, who is also going live, so she won't get too rowdy. But Kimberly came on with us in March and really freed up our time to be able to take on large grants like this and applications. And I can't imagine doing what we've done since March without her. So thank you, Kimberly. And to our business community, I see so many business owners here, and I have to thank you for being here. You know, we work for you guys and for this community, but it's because you love us and you give us the drive that we need, and that's why we want to work so hard for you. So thank you, and thank you to Brett for, hosting the space and the food and drinks tonight. We're just so grateful to be here. Nicolette Shigina, give a wave. I know you don't want to talk, but this design and this vision was yours, and we're so grateful for your commitment not only to the design committee and to the DDA, but also just to Oxford. She owns Caveman and Pip too, and we love her store. Ashley Ross. All right, Ashley, you have to come up. I know you're not going to talk, but you have to come up here, because if anybody has ever heard me talk about Ashley Ross, she's not only on the DDA board, on the Village Council, mom of two, rock star in her own career, but she is our Grant Ninja. And I promise you, the shirt is getting made with Grant Ninja on there. She and I would sit down in the office, and she would be just writing grants, and for this one in particular, and telling me, okay, this is who we need a letter from. This is the strategy on this. And without you, this would not happen. And I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you so much.
So I don't see Kelsey Cook yet. She is our Village Council president, but the Village Council has just been amazing to work with, and it's really when a village and a DDA work so well together that things get done. So we're so grateful for them, and the guy who I get to work with every day and I drive crazy is Joe Medor. He is our village manager, and he has been wonderful. When we started talking about the project back here and redoing this space, he is the first one to say, okay, let's get out there with the DPW and let's make sure that we're doing it correctly and that we're ADA compliant and that we're doing it the right way. And we always have their full support, so we're so thankful for the Village, Joe. And that brings us to Consumers Energy Foundation and why we're here. We are so grateful for you. And I'm not even going to mention the amount of money, because it doesn't even matter what amount of money. The fact that you guys believed in us and our vision and this project and the DDA board to get this done, we're so thankful. This space here is going to be renovated, but it's not just this space. We have a mural that's going to start on Monday on the opposite corner. We are also going to be doing work in the second quad behind Evergreens area. Because this amount was so large, we are able to make over so many of these spaces, and we are so grateful to your foundation. So can we give them a round of applause? So I want to introduce to you Pete Schultz, who is not only our fire chief in Oxford, but he is a longtime board member of the DDA. And he really takes an investment in these capital improvement projects. And when I have a question, I know who I can go to. So I just want to introduce him, let him say a few words, even though I know he didn't want to earlier. He does now. Come on up, Pete.
Thanks, Kelly. And again, just remember, paybacks. Consumers, I can't believe that you were so generous to come forward with such a large project for Oxford to help us make our vision come through, to make it a reality, to we can actually fix up the back of the town. Probably 8 years ago, we started on the M24 road project out front of the total redo through town. I was on the task force for that. Dorothy was on the task force for that, sitting through everything as DDA board members. And the entire time it was like, yeah, everything is going to be taken care of out front. But we all realize as residents that probably 90% of all the business that our businesses do comes in through the back of the entrances right here. So why aren't we not putting all that effort into the rear of the buildings to shine it up? Everybody has to park back here anyhow. Everybody's walking in through here. Why shouldn't the back of the buildings be the focal point, in my point of view? So we've pushed for it and talked about it. Again, most of this stuff was done back in the 90s, is when the last time the sidewalks really had any work done, and the curbs and the trees and so on and so forth. And obviously it shows over the years with all the frost heaval, all the projects of cable coming in here and mining through everything. The sidewalks are heaved up. Some of the trees got overgrown. Again, the uneven sidewalks that was already mentioned earlier in the thing. But to be able to come through and be able to fix these areas up, with COVID that we had in the last couple of years of the pandemic, at that time we were able to create the social district and behind both all the quadrants. And again, that's bringing people up and down the backs of all the buildings. And now this gives us a chance to clean these areas up, to actually make it a place that people want to sit back here, to be able to enjoy all four sections of the community and making it welcoming. And the biggest thing is making it walkability to everybody that brings into the building. So again, on behalf of the DDA, Kelly, for all the work that you did, and Ashley did a phenomenal job, and the photography work and everything that's been done for it. Consumers, thank you very much, and on behalf of the entire community of Oxford, not just the village, because this entire place is the community for Oxford, thank you very much.
Thanks, Pete, and thanks, Kelly, and consumers. Thank you, guys. Everything they've said before really speaks to the close-knit community here. What's going on between the business owners, the building owners, Mr. Thomas and others, and the DDA and the city, village council together. It all kind of is coming together well. My role is kind of sit back, put the brakes on sometimes, put the guardrails on sometimes. Again, like Kelly said, just to make sure that what we do meets and with the infrastructure improvements and stuff, get our engineers involved, work with the schools, with their building back here. We're so happy to do that, work and bring everyone together. So everything that's said before is great. The people they mentioned are all deserving of all the praise, and it's just a overwhelming support in all areas of the town, outside of town. Jack Curtis and I, we talk often. Pete and I talk often. It's one big group, and it shows. And to Pete's point, when they were doing the project out front, some people were concerned about the businesses. Well, again, 90% of the traffic comes through the back door, and that's a blessing and a curse both sometimes. But this project will fix some of these things. It'll beautify it. It'll make it more user-friendly, entice people down here better. Nicolette, the picture and the design you have is great. People have already commented on how nice it looks, and we're looking forward to it. And the village council supports it 100%, the DDA and the township and everybody, and we're looking forward to just continuing to help and watch it go. And can't wait till next spring to see it happen. So thank you all for all you've done. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, Pete. Thanks, Joe. Next, I want to introduce to you Chris Bolts, is Vice President of Gas Operations for Consumers Energy, and then we'll see what's under here. Chris.
Thanks, Kelly. I don't get too hung up on titles, but Grant Ninja might be one that I'm gonna try and work for that one. That's probably the coolest title I've heard so far. So thank you for having us here tonight. It is an absolute pleasure to be here. I'm excited to be here. This community is beautiful. The downtown is beautiful, and the fact that we get to play a small role in helping to support one of the projects is very meaningful to us. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that all of the business owners and community leaders and just people who are affected, who helped affect this or affected by it, are here today. You all live and work here, and you're vested and invested in the community's prosperity, in the business's prosperity, and quite frankly, what's under here, we hope and we feel will help with that investment. And what's important to me personally is that investments like this and projects like this are generational. They create a local culture. They support local business, and they'll be enjoyed by more than just this generation, but generations to come. So let's get to the fun part, Kelly. Let's see what's under there. Count of three.
1, 2,
3.
go.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So officially, I have to say this, or else the check doesn't get cashed. On behalf of the Consumers Energy Foundation, we are proud to provide this $250,000 Prosperity Award to the Village of Oxford and to the Downtown Development Authority to support this project. So the project officially is the Community Courtyard and Placemaking Project, and we know, and like as you've said, this will go to historic preservation and really improving the entrances and the facades and the feel to a lot of the businesses here, and also creating usable spaces and gathering spaces out of some of our lesser used spaces. So we're proud to be a part of that, and thank you for letting us play a part in it. From a consumer standpoint and from a personal standpoint, we know that investing in Michigan's prosperity and our community's prosperity is critical to the state's success. It is really a no-regret strategy that helps everybody win. And speaking on behalf of the company, Consumers Energy, we are proud to be a part of powering our customers' lives and powering the communities where we live. So thanks again. Congratulations, Village of Oxford. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's funny. I know what was under there, right? But it's still like overwhelming to see it. So we're so appreciative again of your team, and thank you so much just for being here. I mean, just the fact that you guys brought your whole team here and are with us to celebrate, it means so much to us. So thank you. So now we're going to invite some folks up for pictures. We'll start with, I believe, Chris and Carolyn, and then Pete, if you want to come up from the DDA board.
I'm Amy Desatel, the director of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce, and we're having a Business and Health Expo. Our main sponsor is McLaren, and basically it's to promote breast cancer awareness, and McLaren, they want to share with the public about what they can do in mammograms and things like that. So they're our main sponsor. Our platinum sponsor is Oxford Bank, and we have a lot of different vendors upstairs. They're local businesses, maybe somebody you wouldn't normally walk into. So this is, or if they don't have a storefront, this is a great way for you to see what they have to offer and what might be of interest to you. So it's all under one roof and a great way to visit new businesses.
Well, McLaren is here promoting the multiple services that we have to offer, both here in our Oxford demographic and also throughout our Oakland sites and our McLaren Oakland Hospital. October is coming up for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So coming up Tuesday, October 4th, we're going to have free clinical breast exams at our McLaren Clarkston location. So again, we don't want anybody to wait. Make sure you're getting your annual mammograms and your screenings. Both men and women can benefit from making sure that you have good breast health and are going to be cancer free. We also want to make sure that people are aware of the services that we have at our Oxford location. So we still are seeing patients for radiology services. Our urgent care is open Monday through Friday. We have family practice there, and we have physical therapy there. We have some great therapists that have been within this community for years and years. They have a great reputation in the community, and they're going to take great care of you. So come see us at our Oxford location. Another great service that we want to really get out to our community members is about stroke. We have noted that there is a lot of folks that are waiting too long to get to the hospital when they have episodes or symptoms of stroke. So if you have any symptoms of stroke, be fast is something to remember. If your balance is off, if your eyes are blurred vision, if your face on one side goes droopy, weakness in your arms or legs, slurred speech, call an ambulance immediately. The faster you get to the hospital, the quicker that you're going to be able to get care. So McLaren is here for you. We have lots of great services, again, here in our Oxford location, our location in Clarkston on Sashabaw, and at our main hospital in Pontiac. And we're here to serve your needs.
As Oxford, we're just a local community bank that we want to support the local. I live in Lake Orion, and so I've been in the community a long time, had kids in sports too at Lake Orion, so we've always been part of the community, helping it out, making sure that just everybody knows what a great bank Oxford Bank is.
So NES Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling came to the Oxford Chamber Expo. We got the Business and Health Expo because it's a great way that we can get out in the community, and it allows the residents of Oxford to really kind of get to know us personally and get to see what NES does for the community, both on the plumbing and HVAC side of things. NES is just really honored to be a part of the Oxford community. We know how this community is like a family. We're not just a company in downtown. We're your neighbor, just right across the street from Waterstone. We're here at Boulder Point Golf Course. So we just love the support that we get from the community and the fact that we don't really have to do much advertisement because our customers are our advertisement, and we just love the support that the Oxford community gives us.
At the Business Expo, I brought with me some flyers to bring attention to two new funds that we have at Four County Community Foundation. We have over 150 funds in our foundation, but the two that I wanted to highlight tonight, one is Mental Health for a Better Tomorrow Fund, and it is all about granting to nonprofits, schools, any organization really that does work with mental health, mental health programs, mental health as far as therapy, anything that we could help to improve mental health in our community. So I wanted to make sure that people knew that. And another fund that is new to us is the Oxford Community Fund, which basically is an endowed fund. It serves almost like a foundation within a foundation. Any money donated to it will only be granted back to the Oxford area, so that any donor out there, anybody who's interested in donating money of any kind, but they want it to benefit Oxford, that's the perfect fund at Fort County Community Foundation. So those are the two things that I really wanted to highlight of all of the 150 funds we have. Mental health is certainly crucial. That's very important, ever important now, it seems. And we need to support each other, and that fund is there to support, again, schools and nonprofits, other agencies doing mental health work in Oxford community, which is where this is hosted. So I thought that was a great duo to bring to the table. You could go to the number 4ccf.org. That's our website. Everything is there. And you could give me a call, Kathy Dickens, 810-444-8852.
So I'm a local realtor that lives here in Oxford, so I wanted to join the community and let them know that I could serve them selling their residential real estate. And I sell vacant land because I live on acreage and I understand what it means to live on acreage, the internet, the natural gas versus propane. And then I help investors buy flip properties, and I help them through the interior design stage when they need help, and then resell it for them. And then I have some investors who like to purchase long-term holds or short-term holds. And then I love working with first-time home buyers, and I love working with buyers who are looking to downsize or just make that next move. And in the last couple of years, I've specialized with helping people sell their homes, and I love to market them. So I have a really long marketing strategy that I like to use here locally. If you're in the community, you've probably seen my signs around the community. I like to use directional signs. They have my face on them. And I do door hangers, I do social media, and anything that can help trying to sell a house, I like to do that. So I just wanted to come out today and meet the people in our community and let them know I'm here to help them with any of their residential sales needs. My phone number is 248-600-5878, and my company is called Dream Home Collective, and I have a website, so dreamhomecollective.com, and my name is Layla. I'm also on Instagram, Layla Modetz Real Estate on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can also find me, Layla Modetz, on LinkedIn, and then I do have a YouTube channel as well, and that's Layla Modetz.
Yeah, so we're basically here talking about our CBD products. We're trying to get the stigma away from cannabis, make sure the community wants us here, keeps us here, and everybody's happy. We brought a lot of our non-psychoactive products in today just to kind of show, some of those folks that there are options that aren't going to get you high. It's not all about smoking weed, sinking into your couch, and anything like that. There's a lot more to it, whether that's aches and pains, anxiety, relaxation. There's a lot of stuff to cannabis, and I think a lot of people do miss that.